Welcome, Guardians.
Welcome, Guardian.
So awesome to be here
Let's
with you
go.
again.
Last time we got up here, we got a chance to show you Savathun, the Witch Queen, and her majestic throne world.
Savathun ce l'hanno fatto vedere
It's been a wild year for Destiny.
l'anno
You
scorso.
return to the original Loot Cave to reclaim the fabled Gallarhorn.
Then, you
Piccolo
exercise an
recappino
ancient
dell'anno
evil
di Witch Queen,
from a Hive Queen.
Parassita, per Gallahorn,
So
di
you can
30
put it
anni.
inside a grenade launcher.
And now, you've been spending the past few weeks cleansing a derelict Leviathan from its twisted nightmares.
Copro tutto.
In fact, the
metto
last
qua.
year has been the best year we've ever had in the Destiny community. I hope you can feel it as well. And seeing this kind of reaction from our community, it's both humbling and inspiring.
Because our team here at Bungie, we're not just developers, we're also guardians. We're trying to build what we'd love to play in Destiny, and that's what brought each one of us here.
Sta cosa loro ci spingono sempre tantissimo, raga. Il fatto che dicono sempre che loro sono guardiani, non soltanto sviluppatori, perché ovviamente quasi tutti giocano.
And darkness.
So, without further ado, this is the beginning of the end. This is Lightfall.
L'inizio della fine, signori. Lightfall. What? Cos'è sta roba?
Quando vedranno la gloriosa fine,
È Calus.
verranno a cercarci.
Ma cos'è Cyberpunk?
Per assaporare gli ultimi istanti di questa inutile battaglia.
Oh, guarda Calus.
È la loro natura.
E quello chi era? Oh.
Lascia che vengano e vedano. La nostra vera forma.
La nostra vera forma. Questi sono cabal modificati, tipo.
Ciò che faranno allora. Svincolati dalla speranza. Dimostrerà chi sono realmente.
Ma
Che soltanto la fine.
le nuove super, raga.
Li rende liberi.
Ma quella roba lì è un'altra tipo di piramide. Ma cos'è? L'Eglissi, ma cos'è sto logo? Cos'è sto
I've seen
logo?
that thing 100 times now,
Ma-
and every time I see it, I still kind of get goosebumps.
Instantly, I had
Raga,
chills.
cioè Cyberpunk Destiny 2.
It's all here. It's all happening now. Things are finally
L'avete vista
coming to
la
a head.
nave finale? Quella non è una piramide, è un'altra
Running in
roba.
on that kind of bombastic, big set piece approach.
It's going to be over the top action, adrenaline pumping like the whole time.
This is
Adrenalina.
really kicking off the
È
conclusion
l'epilogo
to the
della
Light Dark
saga. È
where we
l'inizio
finally
dell'epilogo.
face down
L'inizio.
This foe that we've been anticipating facing for so long. It's pushing it to 11.
We've been hinting at this malicious force in the darkness that's been our enemy behind a lot of our conflicts. We revealed that enemy, we put a name on it and put a face on it, and that enemy is the Witness.
È il famoso
And the Witness is
testimone.
coming with
Sta arrivando.
its newly empowered disciple,
Guarda
Calus.
Calus, raga.
Callus is
Stai
really
per
crash
Calus.
landing with a new and more powerful army than ever before. They've got new powers, they've got new armor, they've got tormentors to join their ranks that are going to be bigger and badder enemies.
I tormentatori, raga, è tipo un nuovo nemico. È un mix tra un Cabal e Rulk. L'avete visto?
This is such a pivotal moment for Destiny. Everyone is coming to have a last stand with Calus and the Witness to really avoid the next collapse, something that we've been trying to avoid ever since Destiny 1.
Ma cos'è sto posto? Guarda che nave
We
là
see in the
dietro, raga. Ma
trailer
che è
that we're
quella
headed to
nave?
Neptune, and on Neptune there's been
Nettuno,
this hidden
raga.
city called Neomuna, where
Neomuna.
an alternate version of humanity has been blooming since the collapse.
Neomuna is the capital city of Neptune.
La capitale di
It's a
Nettuno.
giant metropolis that we were completely unaware existed until now. What's interesting and exciting to me about this place
Una
is
vecchia
that
città
it's
della-
pristine,
dell'umanità
it's
nell'età
new.
dell'oro,
It's
raga.
not like a lot of the places that we've explored previously in Destiny. exploring that space is very, very cool.
There's so much new stuff to discover in Neomuna and in Neptune. And also I saw some new characters there. I'm really excited to get to know Cloud Striders and
I
their
Solcaluna,
story.
c'è una nuova razza, raga. Questi qua. Chi cacchio so? I
Cloud Striders can be
Solcaluna.
compared to Guardians. They're both protectors of
Ah,
a
sono i
civilization
guardiani.
that's potentially
Tipo.
under threat.
Sono
But
nostri
Guardians
alleati.
were
so.
chosen. It's their duty to protect humanity. Cloud Striders have chosen to protect their people.
There's like an awesome opportunity for the Guardians to learn from the Cloud Striders and their way of living and their philosophy of life.
So we've got the newness of that city, the newness of the Cloud Striders that we've never been aware of.
And then, of course, you get a glimpse of this green
La supernova, raga.
energy.
L'energia verde. Cos'è sta roba? Vediamo,
I
vediamo.
wonder what that is.
Strand is the new darkness power that
La
we
tela
discovered here.
oscura, ragazzi,
Something that's
si
unique
chiamerà.
about Strand, unlike any of these other powers we've ever had
Strand.
before. When you play through Lightfall, you are discovering this power for the first time. No one in the universe ever in the history of Destiny
Ah, ok, quindi
has used Strand
è
before.
una cosa
This
che
is the Guardian
differisce dalla
discovering
Stasi,
darkness
perché
on their
saremo i
own
primi ad
and
utilizzarla.
learning how to shape it and manipulate it
Non
and
come era
use it
successo con la
against
Stasi, che era il
Callus and his
contrario.
forces, and have fun in the new urban environment of Neomuna.
Ma
You
fatemi
are
capire,
really
sta
gonna
cosa
have
qui
to
non la possiamo
prepare
farla anche in
yourself for a
game?
wild ride.
Che andiamo in giro a
We
tirare
just got a
liane e a
glimpse
fare
of
Indiana
our
Jones
new
per i palazzi.
destination, Neomuna, our new foe, Callus and the Shadow Legion, paired with the Witness and a very brief glimpse at Strand, but that's just barely scratching the surface of what this release has to offer.
Right, like what we've just seen in that trailer is just the tip of the iceberg.
Ovviamente la punta
and we've got a whole
dell'iceberg,
lot
però fino
more
adesso sono
we're excited to show you
presentato
coming up.
Calus, che ovviamente è discepolo, testimone che arriva, nuova razza.
Last year, we
Che
wanted
però, a
to
quanto ho
return
capito,
to our studio's
sarà
roots in
alleata
creating some of the
nostra.
best shooter campaigns in the industry.
That's been our legacy since
Ma
Halo.
cos'è quel logo,
and we
raga?
tried
Ma
to push
cos'è
that
quel
front
logo
and center
tipo
in the Witch
Cyberpunk?
Queen.
Cazzo.
And it's about more than just guns, but creating an adventure in a handcrafted world full of surprises. Then, we added the legendary campaign option. Because great combat needs to challenge you, to test
Vabbè,
your thumb
campagna
skills, your
leggendaria,
tactics,
presumo che
and
faranno
your
la
build
stessa
crafting.
roba, visto che
And
comunque
we
su The Witch
heard
Queen ha
loud
funzionato.
and clear that you want more of that. In fact, 2 out of every 3 players that completed the Witch Queen campaign did it on Legendary.
2 terzi l'hanno,
tested yourself
l'hanno completata
against the
in,
Witch Queen and her
in leggendaria,
Legion
quindi questo è
and
un buon
rose
dato
to that
sicuramente.
challenge. And then you let us know it was one of the best shooter experiences that we've ever made.
So with Lightfall, we want to push that even further. We want to give you the best Bungie action experience that we can create with the brand new Lightfall campaign.
Ci fanno vedere qualcosa?
Lightfall is going to change the way that our players move, fight and explore.
Cambierà la prospettiva di
everywhere
movimento, di
in
lotta e di
Destiny.
esplorazione dei
Neptune
giocatori.
is this fantastic destination, the capital city
Probabilmente
of
forse
Neomuna.
sono tutte quelle
It's
cose
a
di
really
movimento che
fun
abbiamo
place to
visto.
explore, and it's this bright neon metropolis. There's a harbor, office buildings, an arcade.
This is a city that we've made, and using Strand to traverse through it and explore it, it's going to be so exciting.
There's some places that once you whip out that
Ma
grapple
vabbè,
hook,
raga,
ooh,
ma
you're
sta
gonna be
roba
able
che
to
ma
explore and get
cos'è
to places
sta
that you
roba?
couldn't before.
Look at that up there. I wonder if I can grapple to there.
Eh
I'm
sì.
going to be a kid in a candy store.
Apex, spostate.
It's not a city that is collapsed. It is a city that has lived through the collapse.
Immagino il crogiolo, amici.
Neptune now has to deal with
Tutti a volare con le liane.
and them being revealed to the world and are now central of the conflict.
Callus has taken his capital ship and just like planted it right down.
Ah,
in part
quella
of
è
the city,
l'ammiraglia
and
di
it's
Calus,
Cabal-occupied
ragazzi.
territory. It's a city under siege. You've got this infiltrator vibe at times where you feel like a tactical team going into a skyscraper. You're dealing with Cabal roadblocks and patrols all throughout
Ci
the
saranno
city.
tipo posti di blocco, roba così, insomma, saranno, a volte saranno
The
cose
Shadow
di
Legion, they
infiltrazione.
provide that like characteristic Cabal brute strength. They're all about like volatility and power, and they've been enhanced now by Pyramid technology. They have these suppression devices that can take away some of your super, take away some of your abilities, and then they fight alongside
Ci sono i Cabal che usano l'oscurità, questo un pochino era prevedibile, e poi ci sono loro.
As part of his discipleship to the Witness, Callus has been upgraded. And so the Tormentors that they've brought in
I
are these
tormentatori.
impossibly huge, unstoppable behemoths. They wield scythes, they can attack from a distance, they can bring you in close, they can drain your very life force from you. They are basically
Sono dei mini
embodiments
Hulk,
of terror.
ragazzi.
It's like a boss character within the battlefield.
Ma sono
Your
diversi,
stomach
ce ne sono di
drops.
diversi
You're like,
tipi.
Okay, I'm playing through, I'm having fun, I'm popping heads, doing this thing, and then boom, there it is.
We've got all the new stuff
sembrano
going
fighi.
into the game. Strand, Tormentors, Shadow Legion, a cool new environment. These are all a great setting for a new legendary campaign.
Ah, aspetta un po', però mi sa che quella roba lì si può fare soltanto su alcuni punti. Mi sembra di aver visto che lui lo fa su un punto solo. Ma questo è il fiducia,
The
raga.
legendary campaign was a huge hit coming out of the Witch Queen.
Quello
It
è
was the first
fiducia.
time we had done that sort of elected difficulty where you could really test your skill and test your power. And so we're going to bring that back for Lightfall.
Of course, you're still going to have that higher reward tier, and we still want to make sure that you get that inside track towards being raid ready.
Everyone back at the studio is so hard at work on Lightfall, putting in the details
Figo,
and
però,
making this whole release come alive and continue to surprise and delight players. I am so excited to get this out.
Lightfall is unlike anything players have seen before in Destiny, and it's another step that sends you hurtling to the conclusion of the Light and Dark saga.
Questa è la super della strega. Ovviamente Shatter Dive in versione verde.
Come on. Amazing.
I'm super excited to dive into Strand.
Ok, si parla meglio delle nuove super, vediamo un po'.
Strand, like Stasis, is a power from the darkness.
È un potere dell'oscurità, ovviamente.
Which are all about creation. Darkness is more about consciousness.
Strand is psychic energy that forms this extra dimension, or this sort of matrix that connects everything together, connects all living beings and all
Ok, quindi
minds.
sembrerebbe non
And
avere niente
the
a che
Guardian is
fare
sort of
con il
gaining
veleno,
the
raga.
knowledge and gaining the power to peer into this alternate psychic universe and begin to pull at these
È come se
threads
fossero
and tug
dei
at these
collegamenti che
wires
possiamo
that are
tirar fuori da un'altra
connecting all
realtà,
these living
tipo.
beings.
When Guardians learn how to use Strand, it's almost like this third eye opens up. It's about peeling back the curtain of reality, taking those connections and then weaving them into new objects.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to see them come together.
Questa è la super del
it's always
caccia, cioè
been
quella roba
there,
lì tipo
and now that
Lazzo.
we can tap into it, we can use it for our benefit, whether it's through movement or through damage.
Strand has a grappling hook. Since you're seeing into this cosmic web, you are able to grapple at any point because the cosmic web exists everywhere. Even if there's not an object there, it will hook on to that web and pull you forward. It's just taking that idea to the next level.
Non ho capito se questa roba del rampino però è... Ah no, vedi, ci sono delle cose dove si possono...
Hunter's kit, right? They're all about fluid movement, rapidly traversing space, and being very agile. But as we were developing, it's like, oh man, this feels like it's too much fun to just keep it to one class, right? So we made the call to expand.
No, puoi farlo ovunque.
Ability across
Puoi
all
farlo
three
ovunque.
classes.
Tutte e tre le classi lo possono fare.
On the design side, we wanted to
C'è un
come
range,
up
sì.
with how each of the classes
Lo puoi fare ovunque, sì, no, perché non era
interpreted
chiaro.
this additional psychic dimension, like in their own way, right?
E il rampino.
So the Warlock, they're the telekinetic master of Strand.
Stregoni
so they're gonna be
sono
able
telecinesi.
to telepathically reach into the Strand dimension, pull matter out, and weave it into this big barrage of these Strand missiles. Wherever they land, these missiles are actually going to unravel, sort of reweave themselves into a new form.
Sembra una specie di
With the
bomba
Titan,
nova,
you're
raga,
able
più o meno.
to weave these claws and do an area of damage around you, spinning and
I
slashing.
titani invece hanno... Vabbè.
The super I think I'm most excited for is the Hunter Rope Dart super.
L'Hunter
The
c'ha il lazzo.
Hunter does a flip and
Ah, è
weaves these
roaming,
strands
può andare in giro con
into
sta
this
roba.
rope dart and is swinging it as they're kind of moving around.
Il Blade Storm.
The first time I saw that, even in its kind of like rough state, it just blew my mind. We've learned a lot from creating our other subclasses.
Non ho capito
and we've
quante
taken
volte
those
può fare lo
learnings
spin nel
about
titano,
combat,
se è una
about
cosa
movement,
singola.
about build crafting. We've put
O
that
se
all
può
into
andare in
Strand,
giro
and
è
I'm
roaming
so
anche
excited
lui,
to see where
come il
players
caccia.
take it once it's out there in the wild.
E questa sembra, beh, singola. Ok. Questo è lo Shatter Dive che fa... Ah no, mi sa che è singola, raga. Mi sa che lo fa una volta sola.
Destiny is a game that gets even better when you play with your friends. We want to create communities that are welcoming and inclusive, and that let you bring your old friends and make new ones. And since last year, over 5 million new Guardians.
Il cacciatore con Lazzo, regà. Il
We
cowboy.
believe that there are still millions more of your friends that would love to play Destiny with you. And the things that you want to see us improve in Destiny are also exactly what's going to make it easier to convince your friends to come and check out the game.
It should be easier to create custom, incredible builds. Easier to find people to play with. Easier to swap from being that boss-melting, storm chaser-wielding, falling star juggernaut right into that ultimate yeehawing, dead man's tail shooting.
Non so dove vogliono andare a parare in questo momento. Stanno facendo una breve introduzione anche noi giocatori.
Because it's not about removing the depth that makes Destiny so great. It's instead about allowing everyone to dive deeper with ease.
Ma aspetta, cos'è? Un trailer di New Light? Cos'è?
The changes we're making to make Destiny easier to come into.
Fanno delle modifiche per
build your characters, changes to how you see
per i
what
nuovi
there is to
giocatori.
do and what there is to accomplish. And in the year ahead, we're actually making it easier to form groups in Destiny so you can go and do some of the greatest content that Destiny has to offer.
All the teams are working together to build this experience, and so that's what's really exciting.
We keep on hearing from players like, hey, unless I have a friend to play with, I don't know what to do. And so what we're trying to give them is like, hey, here's a path to follow. Guardian ranks are this basically a
Guardian ranks.
Ladder. We actually progress you through 11 ranks, and it's really like heavily focusing on like exposing players to all the systems of Destiny.
At some point, the story about you as a Guardian
una specie di
involves other Guardians and what they think about you. That is just a whole new dimension of your journey through Destiny that we've never really explored before. When you show up in the tower and you see that person who's at one of the highest ranks, you're going to know that you're looking at a player who's actually really demonstrated mastery of many of the different activities in Destiny, not just from
è un rank dei guardiani che serve nelle aree social, tra virgolette, a far vedere quanto, tra virgolette, hai fatto all'interno del gioco. Dimostrare delle prove del vostro valore agli altri.
A lot of people have groups that they already play with, but this will really provide people the opportunity to be recognized for helping other people learn the game, but also provide more people to play with on a regular basis.
In the year of Lightfall, we're going to actually be investing in building a looking for group system in Destiny itself. You'll be able to look for other players.
C'è la ricerca gruppo in game, amici.
Find groups that are looking for players.
I'm so excited
che è diverso dal matchmaking, attenzione. Ricerca gruppo vi permette di comunicare prima con il gruppo con il quale state cercando di fare l'attività. Che è diverso dal matchmaking. Il matchmaking ti butta dentro l'attività senza sapere niente. Con la ricerca gruppo hai un contatto prima in modo da organizzarci nella maniera corretta. Esatto, tipo è quello che c'è stato fino adesso nell'app ufficiale. C'era la ricerca gruppo, l'hanno messa in game. Molto buona sta change, raga.
So commendations is a feature that you'll experience towards the end of an activity. So you end the activity now and you get to see the screen that has all the people you played with.
Si possono dare i voti ai guardiani con i quali hai fatto l'attività.
What experience you had with them. So like, were they a good team player? Were they fun to play with?
Questo l'abbiamo visto su LoL.
There's no better way to actually show how good a person is as a teammate or as a leader than to have other players say this person's a great teammate, this person's a great leader. It's really a system that's designed
tipo i trionfi, quindi devi andare dentro, cioè volendo c'hai tutto il tuo rank di tutte le cose che hai ricevuto come player. Così quando vai a fare l'LFG praticamente tu sei segnato come, che ne so, buona guida o che ne so, player skillato, eccetera, eccetera. Ti fa vedere anche se c'hai giocato con quel player. Beh, raga, sta roba è huge. Raga,
the mod manager is meant to make build construction in Destiny a lot easier.
Per tutti quelli che giocano poco, per tutti quelli che non hanno possibilità di mettersi a cercare, fare, eccetera, eccetera, sta roba è huge, amici.
There's going to be one screen where you can go to and do your entire loadout for your character. It's going to be amazing.
Loadout.
So you'll be able to save the build that you've put together as a loadout and then switch between those things as you're going from activity to activity.
Finalmente, cazzo.
Yeah, I feel
Bungie.
like with the new release of Destiny
Bungie.
and the commendation system,
Finalmente,
mixed with Guardian Ranks,
cazzo.
we're giving players even new aspirations. It isn't going to be
Loadout
just
in
about
game.
power level, it won't
Fanculo
just
il
be about
team.
gear. It's
Fanculo
also
che non
going to
posso
be about
cambiare le
that
build in
Guardian
game
Rank.
quando
It's
sto a
going to
fare
be about
l'attività.
those commendations.
Eh sì.
All the ways that we're bringing players together.
Ce l'hanno fatta, oh. Jesus.
So
Molto
today,
bene, molto
we're
bene.
also launching
Molto
a
bene.
brand new season of
Nuova
Destiny.
season, amici.
And
Si
as
parla
we've
di
evolved
quello
our
che,
seasons over the years,
che c'è
we've
adesso.
learned a lot. And I think we've been able to deliver
Mo
some
che entriamo in
amazing
game, la
character
stagione
moments
18,
and
quella di
events
oggi.
for the community.
We're long past the era of content droughts. Instead, there are exciting story and events happening in Destiny almost every week, year-round. And we're not slowing down.
Each season, we want to keep raising the bar for narrative experiences in any live game. We want to keep pushing to create unexpected adventures that'll make every season of Destiny unique.
Addirittura.
And we want to keep listening and learning from you, the Destiny community, so that we can create the strongest seasons of
Le
any
stagioni
live
più convincenti e coinvolgenti, raga. Attenzione, attenzione a quello che dite, Bungo.
We need a crew. We need to enrich our defenses. If you're feeling surly, maybe even loot our enemies.
We may even need to find a captain to join us on our next adventure in the season of Plunder.
La stagione dei tesori. In italiano, amici. Guardalo qua, Mitrax.
Eramis si è liberata.
Eramis si è liberata.
Ora i vecchi
Porco
equipaggi sono al suo comando.
Ho letto di loro. Qual è la parola umana?
Pirati. Contro quei fuorilegge ci vorrebbe l'intera avanguardia.
I pirati.
Beh, pronti a
Ma cosa sto guardando? I pirati, amici.
Mostra a quei pirati cosa succede quando incrociano il ragno.
No, fermi tutti, se bombardano. Ti prego, Bungie, fammi bombardare con la nave.
Tu abbia abbondanza di munizioni, guardiano.
Oh, la super del caccia, raga. Cos'è sta roba? Un fusione. Sembrava un fusione. Sembrava un fusione. Un pompa esotico.
Hai preso tutto, guardiano.
Questo è il corpo a corpo nuovo della strega. Questo è il corpo a corpo nuovo del titano. Questa è la supernova del caccia. Un mare di stelle ti attende. What?
Oh, scusa, mi sono fatto prendere da tutto questo.
No, ma c'è il ramingo, raga. La stagione dei tesori, raga, fino al 6 di dicembre.
What are you most excited about for Season of Plunder?
Pirates.
I
This
pirati.
season we said, what if we just go to the stars and dig up buried treasure?
We are unearthing a lot of mysteries and secrets. We're swashbuckling onto enemy spaceships. And then we're also learning a lot of things about some of our favorite characters.
We're gonna have
C'è
an
Mitrax
adventure
con
this season.
Ramingo. I caduti.
Season of Plunder kicks off with Aramis being freed from her icy prison. She's collected old, fallen crews of pirates and rogue cabal together.
Ma com'è
in
che
order
si è
to hunt
scongelata
down
Aramis?
mysterious relics and
È arrivata
treasures.
l'estate.
It's time to meet your end.
So Guardians are tasked with stopping Aramis from collecting these relics. And in order to do that, you have to create your own crew of shady dealers and backroom brokers.
Drifter, Mithrax, Ido, and Spider are going to be helping you.
Anchors away. Ready when you are, Captain.
That's the beginning of Season of Plunder. What you're going to be doing is forming a pirate crew of your
Ma
own.
come facciamo la
You're going to
nostra
fill it with
come facciamo
different crew members that you
l'equipaggio?
can recruit over the course of the season. Drifter is going to toss you the keys to your personal catch. Then you're just going to set out into the stars and do cool pirate stuff.
So excited.
Non ci sono alcune cose non chiare.
This season, we have multiple brand new activities coming that will really give you a sense of being on a pirate adventure. One of the mainstays of this season is a new 6-player offensive called Catch Crash.
Lo scontro di catch è la nuova attività da 6 giocatori.
The big main sales on it. I just said, oh my god, this is gonna be a fun season.
Just like seeing Catch Crash through the different iterations, like fighting on the deck of the ship.
You get to become your own ammunition and launch yourself from a cannon to the other ship, and you are the weapon, so you're gonna go mess them up.
Quindi ci sposteremo da una nave all'altra facendo queste specie di DP. L'altra cosa invece è la spedizione. Ci sono 2 attività, poi c'è la spedizione. Dovremmo attivare una sorta di trivella gigante per disotterrare i tesori sepolti dai pirati.
And then our final new activity coming this season is what we're calling Pirate Hideouts.
Ci sono 3 attività. Ricostruiamo delle mappe a partire dai frammenti ritrovati durante la stagione. Questi ci condurranno alle tane dei signori dei pirati e al loro nascondiglio.
Where they're hoarding all of their amazing treasures and their mysterious relics.
These relics are mysterious objects of dark power, and they're all over the system. We don't know exactly what it is they do yet, but if Aramis is trying to collect them, it's nothing good.
Che sono quelle che sta cercando Aramis per tornare ad avere potere, tipo.
Ok,
Arco 3.0.
Because you got all the simple arc weaponry and the arc shielded captains. It feels right with that release, almost like we planned it.
Arc is a damage type that's about proximity, right? It's about going fast up into your enemy's faces and like deleting them.
Futum.
It's the damage type for people that want to hold W. You don't want to retreat.
Unbridled aggression to the max.
Questo è il corpo a corpo del caccia, l'abbiamo già visto. Cacciatori avranno situazioni fluide e dinamiche. Ah, la nuova super del caccia, vediamo un po'. Tempesta incombente si chiamerà. Abbiamo visto il blink pure.
Or into like bosses or mini bosses or champions and jolt them. Like a big lightning strike will strike the staff and overcharge it. And while that staff is overcharged, it'll start Tesla coiling little lightning bolts out at nearby enemies.
Vedi, praticamente è come la pozza, come abbiamo detto nei giorni scorsi, raga, la pozza.
That will turn yourself into lightning. You will create things out of lightning.
Oh, ma sto corpo a corpo della strega è figo, raga.
Exotic armor piece called Getaway Artist, where you consume your grenade and it'll make a what we call a sentient arc soul that fires faster and does more damage as a result. So we decided to roll that into base Arc Soul behavior. Anytime you are amplified, any Arc Soul you have from any source will become the supercharged version that will fire off just rapid fire bolts.
Qua ci hanno spiegato quello che già sapevamo riguardante l'artista in fuga di cui abbiamo già parlato.
Unstoppable freight trains about this constant movement. So we gave Titans a new movement option. Something that we felt like is going to be competitive in this new environment of air dodges and air slams. That's a new ability called Thruster. And it's all in first person. It's all very much in the heat of the moment. You see it happen. Its whole property is like rush down or getaway. It's a movement tool to the max. There's going to be this new melee ability called Thunderclap, which is like an amazing thing where he like charges his fist.
Io avevo capito che potevi farlo solo in linea retta. In realtà lo puoi fare anche laterale, raga. I titani dodge non siamo nella merda. Questo invece è il corpo a corpo caricato del titano. Molto carino.
I believe in PvP a full charge is a one-shot kill.
It is. Oh yeah.
It's a little skillful to like pull off because you're going to have to really read your opponent.
Ah, ok, tu sei completamente fermo con questo corpo a corpo. Io avevo capito che potevi andare in giro mentre lo caricavi. In realtà tu devi stare fermo, caricarlo e darlo, quindi in realtà in PvP è un po' difficile da hittare, però one shot in PvP.
What I'm most excited about in Season of Plunder is that this is really a season that has a sense of adventure. Yeah. You're exploring the system, you're looking for pirate treasure, pirate relics. You're seeing the world evolve in a way we haven't done before.
I love that with the activities in the season, like we just leaned really hard into the pirate fantasies. I love that we have your own catch. I love that you're tracking down buried treasure and then going after the pirate leaders in their caves.
The interesting thing about Destiny
is we're not just a fantasy game or a sci-fi game, we're
kind of a blend of both. We take
in generale, sembra comunque una season a parte Aramis che si scioglie abbastanza staccata dal resto, cioè nel senso probabilmente non andremo molto. Scusate, c'è un fusione ad arco
adventure, and let's also make it so that new players coming in can actually jump in and get started. The gift of the Thunder Gods is a starter kit. It's a set of armor, it's a Thunderlord exotic weapon,
Dono divinità del
jump
tuono.
in, join your friends, set sail, become the captain, and build your crew today in Destiny.
Signori, amici, Oryx is back. Guardali là i set. Super stonks. Guarda Golgi. Guarda Golgi. Giustamente in quella fase lì si può usare la stasi, raga, per fare i salti. È vero. Bello Oryx, oh.
Man, it is so awesome seeing King's Fall return to Destiny.
Yeah, actually, King's Fall was the first thing I got to work on at Bungie. And I'm thrilled that a whole new generation of Guardians will get to experience this refreshed and reloaded showdown with the Taken King.
So, we've shown you Lightfall.
Allora, ci hanno fatto vedere Lightfall. Ci hanno fatto vedere la tela oscura. Ci hanno fatto vedere l'LFG dentro al gruppo. C'è un one more thing, ragazzi.
Destiny is coming to the Epic.
Ma l'avevo detto. Ve l'avevo detto.
Epic has been an absolutely
Destiny sull'Epic Store. Ve l'avevo detto.
Love Destiny.
Ve l'avevo detto.
And we are just huge fans of what they've been doing in the social game space. When we first started working with Epic, we sat down and talked about the impact that their games have had on us. And they had a bunch of the same stories for us.
They shared stories about playing the Vault of Glass and how much they enjoy the social experiences in Destiny. And I got to talk about the summer of Fortnite Chapter 1, Season 5, when my whole family was laser focused, taking turns in the island to unlock Drift.
In addition to launching all of Destiny 2 on the Epic Games Store today, for the next week, if you download the game on Epic, we will give you the 30th anniversary for free.
Ah, ci danno il pacchetto di 30 anni gratis per una settimana. Per quelli che scaricano Epic Games su Destiny, oh.
We want to welcome all these new Guardians with a celebration. One that stretches a little further than the last city.
Eccole qua le armature. Ma c'è sta pure Fall Guys, regà. Guarda Zavala, guarda Zavala. Zavala su guarda pure gli Astori hanno messo, regà. Dal 23, da oggi. Regà, se potete giocare su Epic Store.
A few years ago, we shared our plans
è gratis.
for the Light and Darkness saga. This journey, years in the making,
Zavala su Fortnite, regà.
Since we started charting our own course, we've been building this story across 5 years of expansion.
Zavala, chi c'era? Zavala, Ikora e l'Ignoda, no?
When we first spoke to the darkness. Then, across Beyond
Easy
Light,
ricarica di
the
V-Bucks.
Witch Queen, and coming up in Lightfall in the final shape.
C'è pure Fall Guys,
We're
raga. Fall
building
Guys non me
towards
l'aspettavo.
climactic collision between the powers of light and dark.
We've also been working on the Destiny engine behind the scenes, preparing our technology and our game to last for many, many years to come. Because Destiny 2 is not going anywhere, and neither are your expansions. We want this story, since we first communed with the darkness on the moon, to be fully playable, start to finish. And we're happy to announce today that we are not planning to sunset any more expansions. We want the Destiny universe to grow, and we're going to continue to do everything that we can behind the scenes to keep that possible.
Finito il sunset, non tolgono via più niente.
Let's talk about today, the best day all year to jump into Destiny.
Yes, because if you're looking to catch up, right now, all expansions are free to play for this entire week. On every
Per
platform,
tutta la settimana da qui in avanti, tutte le espansioni saranno gratuite, raga.
And the Helm's got a set of supercharged art gear for anyone looking to catch up on the fun.
Destiny is live on the Epic Games Store. You can download it for free, and you can get the 30th anniversary pack as your welcome gift.
And if you liked what you saw about the future, right now pre-orders for Lightfall are live on
I pre-order ovviamente sono aperte.
And anyone who purchases the annual pass gets the exotic auto rifle Quicksilver Storm today.
L'arma del pass sarà un automatico, ragazzi. Ad arco,
so we'll see you in
ovviamente.
game.
Oh, regà, un botto di roba. Tempesta d'argento.
Quando vedranno
Finiamo col trailer.
Nice. Verranno a cercarci.
Ho letto di loro. Poi, qual è la parola umana?
Pirati.
Lascia che vengano e dicano. Ciò che faranno allora dimostrerà chi sono realmente.